One here, coming at you with a new Yu-Gi-Oh video, and in today's Yu-Gi-Oh video we're going to be talking about cards that you should probably be side decking this format because, well, the side deck is quite basic this format, and that's primarily because the amount of power creeping Konami have been doing, and the cards that they're giving us are very good and strong, but I thought, nonetheless, I would be talking about the side deck today and basically telling you cards you should probably play in the side deck because there are 10 cards specifically that I think you should probably consider playing this format just for specific reasons, such as they're good going first, they're good going second, they counter multiple decks, anything along those lines. So today we're going to be talking about 10 cards you should probably be siding, or you should probably not be. Like, there's 10 of them, you could side 3 of one of them, you could side 2 2/2s, you could do whatever you really wanted, but I would honestly suggest siding a lot of these cards because they all have their own very unique use in the side deck. So, without further ado, let's actually get into this video so we can talk about what you guys should be siding. So, starting off with the first one, I feel like this is a no-brainer. Lightning Storm. Lightning Storm is just a card that's very versatile in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh right now. Being able to clear all face-up attack position monsters, and especially for its second effect that literally just says, destroy all back row. Like, the card is absolutely insane. You should definitely have copies of this card if you want to be playing in the competitive scene when the competitive scene restarts. And it's definitely a card that I would majorly consider, just in general, to have in your deck for the fact that, oh, I can either destroy all attack position monsters or I can destroy all back row. What's this good against? Every control deck out there, every link deck out there. There's a lot of reasons why you should play Lightning Storm. It's one of the best side cards in the deck game just because it's so simple and so generic. So, Lightning Storm is definitely the first one. It nukes whatever the hell you want. Next, another card that you should be siding definitely is Mystic Mine. Now, obviously, everyone thinks that Mystic Mine is terrible, it's awful, it's something that's degenerate as hell, should be banned, should never have been created. And I agree. I 100% agree. This card should not exist. But it's a very good side deck card. Going second, if your opponent builds a board and they don't have any spell and trap card negates, say you're up against Emancipator, they activate their Risen Dragite and they've negated one thing and they can't negate any other spells and traps. Well, all you've already got to do to stop that Emancipator at that point is activate Mystic Mine and literally pass, because Emancipator players, they don't really main any main deck back row destruction. So a card like this, it really does a lot, and it's something you should definitely consider siding because it literally just stops your opponent from being able to activate any monster effects or attack, and being able to not to use any monster effects or attack just because they control any more monsters than you. It's one of the most degenerate cards in the game. I think it should be banned, but hey, Konami probably won't ban it, and it's definitely a card that you should be siding just because of how degenerate the card is going second. It's literally one of the best going second cards in the game. Like, do I need to explain further? But yeah, Mystic Mine, definitely a card you should consider siding. Next, Raw Sphere Mode. Oh my god, Raw Sphere Mode. This card is absolutely insane when you think about it. It does have a slight hindrance in the fact that it takes your normal summon, but nonetheless, Raw Sphere Mode literally says, oh, nice, Boral Savage, Appaloosa, Herald of Arclight, all in the grid, thank you. You're gone. I'm not dealing with you. You got 3 monsters on the... Nah, multiple... Nah. Like, literally, Raw Sphere Mode, it may have the hindrance of being only able to be used in a deck that doesn't need its normal summon, but even though that's a thing, let's be honest, normal summon, got rid of your board, oh, I can still play off, doesn't really matter. Raw Sphere Mode just says I clear 3 monsters for free, so... absolutely insane. Another card similar to Raw Sphere Mode that you should probably play if you do need your normal summon is Nibiru. Yes, Nibiru the Primal Being is an absolutely insane hand trap. Now, this is an option if you want to main or side, but I personally feel like it's a very strong side deck card, and should probably be sided a little more over main decking at times for the pure fact that if you're up against that one control deck out there and you're like, oh no, I can't play the game because, oh look, he's playing a control deck and he doesn't summon more than 5 times. Oh, this card is so dead in my hand. you should probably consider playing this as a side deck card. But honestly, as a side deck card, this card is still really strong. Being the fact that you go up against any combo deck, you go up against Adamantipator, they've wasted their normal summon and their special summons. All you really need to do to beat them at that point is literally... let's see. They go into the Needle Fire, they go into the Link Ross, then you literally on that summon the Nibiru token. Now, if they haven't used the Researcher, and they have the Researcher, you're screwed. I can admit that. But against Adamantipator, if they don't have the Researcher and you've Nibiru'd them, their turn pretty much ends, and this is even good against the Elder Lich combo deck. You literally just do it before they make the Boral Savage, so they can't really do anything else. Oh, really? They're going to set 3 cards and pass, so they're not really that big of a deal. Like, it's a really good card nonetheless, and still one of the strongest hand traps in the game, so it's definitely a really strong side deck card in the game still. But yeah, next, another side deck card that literally came out in the same set as Nibiru. Dark Ruler No More. Hello? Any combo deck in the game loses to Dark Ruler No More. Literally, you activate Dark Ruler No More, your opponent cannot chain to it with a monster effect, so, that's 6 negates, Dark Ruler No More, I break your board. Sick. Literally, if you're playing a combo deck that likes to break boards, side decking Dark Ruler No More is just a really good thing because, I can now break your board because of literally one card. Sick. So, Dark Ruler No More, absolutely insane card. Definitely suggest you side it because it literally says, nice 5 negates, you have none now. It doesn't work against combo deck as well, back row deck as well, but this card literally just ruins combo decks, just like stuff like Mystic Mine and Nibiru and Ra's Sphere mode, so absolutely insane side deck card. Another card that you should be siding as well, evenly matched. This man said end of battle phase, banish until you have 1 card. It's the same principle as playing Mystic Mine for a reason, and that's purely because if you baited their spell and trap negate, then you literally evenly match them. They lose all cards on the board until they have 1, and also this card isn't only good against combo-based decks, it's good against back row as well. Oh, you have 5 set cards on the board, evenly matched. Oh, none of them are Solemn Judgment. I guess I win the game then. It's just like that, isn't it, mate? Like, you can't do anything to it. Like, evenly matched is just one of those really insane cards that literally states, I'm going to clear your whole board now. How do you feel? That's sad. Well, next turn, well, now I just go into full combo, make like 5 negates. It's sad, isn't it, mate? It's sad, yeah. Yeah. But evenly matched is just a really strong card that's great going second, and definitely a card that you should all consider playing in your side deck. Now, I'm going to be honest, if you're not too scared of back row decks, evenly matched isn't something you should probably be playing, because, you might not need it. But you should definitely consider siding it just in case for those back row decks, because those back row decks definitely come up, and if you play it both this and Lightning Storm, chances are you're going to be obliterating their back row, like, pretty much. But yeah, next is Dimensional Barrier. Now, this is one that I haven't seen a lot of people talking about, and I personally think this is probably one of the best side deck cards in the game right now, and there's multiple reasons for this card being really good in the game right now. One, this card literally turns off the entire Adamantipator strategy. Yes, pretty much, if you're going up against Adamantipator and they want to go into their synchro combo with like the Metal Marcher, the Ruptite, make a Boral Savage or a Risen Dragite, they can't do that. Now, sure, they can still end on an Appaloosa, but that's really it. They can only end on an Appaloosa because, well, you dimensional barriered them, and they have very unlikely to OTK you as well because, yeah, they can make Boral Sword, but their bigger monsters are the synchro monsters that allow you to play the game. So debarring something like that is really strong. Also, if you're playing against a deck like Shadow Invokes that is still popping its head here and there, this card absolutely turns that deck off as well. Declare Fusion? Well, that's your turn, isn't it? You're done. Any deck that really relies on specifically Xyz, Synchro, Link, Xyz, Synchro, Ritual, Fusion, they're just turned off. So Dimensional Barrier is just a really strong card for rogue decks, for normal decks. Like, it's a really good card right now, especially with like Needle Fiber and stuff running around, because this card just literally just turns off a turn depending on the one you call. So really strong card, Dimensional Barrier, really strong card indeed. Another card, though, that you should probably consider siding is Token Collector. Now, Token Collector is an interesting one. It literally says when this card is when a token is special summoned, you can special summon this card from your hand. And when it's special summoned, it destroys all tokens, and then tokens cannot be summoned. So pretty much, this is a hand trap that stops tokens. Now, obviously, in normal circumstances, this kind of card wouldn't be that great, but in the current format we're in, where we've got stuff like Auroradon and Linkross running around, this card can literally just turn off a full combo because, oh, you've summoned one token with your Linkross. Well, summon my Token Collector. Guess your tokens are dead. Guess you can't go through your full combo. You wanted to summon 3 tokens with Auroradon. They're dead now. Get out of here. So, Token Collector is actually a really interesting tech for side decks especially, because it literally just craps on the whole Needle Fiber combo, making the decks have to play through their normal ways, and if they've wasted stuff to get to this combo, well, they just can't do anything, can they? They'll just end on probably a Lion and literally a Linkross, because they can't really do anything else. They might make some other Link too, but they can't really go much further than that, can they? Maybe a Link 3 as well, because obviously Lion summons something, but they could also be playing the Despot one where it just literally changes that fact. But yeah, Token Collector is definitely a very decent card that you should also be siding. Next is Appropriator of the Red Lotus. Now, this card is actually really interesting as well. Now, it's got a cost. You have to pay 2,000 life points to activate it. But what this card basically does is it lets you look at your opponent's hand and banish one card in their hand until the end of your next turn. So, what does that mean? Oh, I'm going first. I side this in for any hand traps or anything you've got for me. Something like Lightning Storm, Evenly Matched, pretty much anything along the lines that would hurt me, or you're playing a deck that this card literally just destroys you're playing a deck that needs like specifically one card combo, and you just banish that card. Well, this card basically lets you deal with stuff like that. It allows you to deal with dumb cards in your opponent's hand, such as Lightning Storm and Evenly Matched, which we've talked about on this video already. It gives you the ability to get knowledge from your opponent's hand, so you can see what they're playing, what combo strategies they can go down, where they're going to end up. And it's just a really strong card for that fact, because it allows you to get knowledge, while at the same time stopping your opponent from able to hinder you. Now, if your opponent has both Evenly and a Lightning Storm, well, I can't. That's just bad luck, isn't it? But for the fact that this card gets rid of it, it's a really good card nonetheless, I like to think. So, Appointed of the Red Lotus is another really, really decent card. And the last card that I want to talk about, which is, I've been seeing in a lot of side decks, and I know why it's in a lot of side decks, and that is Cosmic Cyclone. Now, Cosmic Cyclone has been rearing its head again, and I feel like it is still a really strong side deck card. Now, obviously, you do have to pay 1,000 life points, and some people say, oh, you gotta pay 1,000 life points, well, why not play MST? It does the same thing, right? Just without the 1,000. No, this card banishes. That's the key reason why this card is better than MST, and Twin Twister, in my personal opinion. Just because of a card is able to get rid of something on the board, it isn't always enough, and Cosmic Cyclone literally says, oh, against decks like Elder Lich, well, I'm going to banish your Red Scarlet so you can't get into a Golden Land card. Or I'm going to banish your Conquistador so you can't get into the Red Scarlet Pit, the Elder Elixir cards. Like, literally, Cosmic Cyclone prevents stuff like this. And it also deals with field spells like Mystic Mind that literally come out of the woodwork and say, oh, I'm playing Mind Burn, I activate Field Barrier. Well, Cosmic Cyclone can get over that, so it's pretty good if I think so myself. So, like, cards like Cosmic Cyclone are actually really strong just for the fact that they allow you to get over dumb cards like this that have effects in the graveyard, that can do other things, and against decks like Elder Lich, True Draco, if you ever play one of those, Mind Burn, really anything that says I'm gonna use an effect in the graveyard or I'm protected through some means, Cosmic Cyclone will get rid of. So it's just one of the better options for a side deck, in my opinion. So, guys, this is just 10 cards that I personally think that you should probably be playing in the side deck. Now, obviously, the side deck can change over time. There can be niche techs. Like, for instance, Token Collector is definitely a niche tech for the fact that it literally just works on tokens only, and it's only played because of the Linkross and the Linkross and the Auroradon stuff. But stuff like this is good to talk about just so you guys can know what it is. But there is also a lot of brain dead ones like Lightning Storm, Evenly Matched, Nibiru, Raw Sphere Mode, Mystic Mine, like, stuff like this is very easy and very basic, like I would say you should have in your side deck. But that's just the type of video that I wanted to make today. But guys, that's the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts of all these cards in the comment section below. Do you guys side them? Do you guys side your own specific text? I'd love to hear those texts in the comment section below if you do. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. All of these side deck cards, I definitely think you should all be playing. At least specific ones, at least. Like, you should definitely be playing Lightning Storm, and you should definitely be playing cards like Evenly Matched and Dark Ruler No More right now, just because they clear the board. But yeah, guys, that's the video. As I said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Rollback1, signing out. Later all.